Hey, it's Brandy here, and we are going to try to cover the basics of using Canva. First, you're going to get an invite via email for Canva. So that's how you're going to click into it for the first time, and then you can just go to canva.com, or there's going to be a link that comes into your email that you can click on to. What we're going to be adding you to is going to be AHOPE's marketing team. This allows you to have full access to our nonprofit profile, which means that you get all of the pro aspects of Canva at no cost to you. So we're going to be adding you in, and you'll be underneath the people under the people who can have this access here in our little team members. So whenever you come into Canva, you're going to be coming into the home area of Canva. It's going to look like this. And it's going to give you a lot of options. It's going to tell you that you can look up and add these types of options here: Instagram posts, flyers, Instagram stories. These are going to be sized exactly as these um, third-party sites are going to need them to be sized. So if it says Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, it's actually what works best for those social media sites, because we use this mostly for social media. It even can give you sizes, exact sizes that you might be looking for, and templates as far as um, just the regular templates that you might be looking for. So presentations, it does do a lot of videos that you can add in here. It does a whole lot of things. So there's a lot more than I'm able to go over today, but I'm going to just go over kind of the basics to get you started. And then of course, recent designs is going to be everything here that you've worked on recently. If you want to go back to working on it, they're all going to be here for you. And then the top right hand of each of these designs that you have created, there's going to be 3 dots. You can click on those 3 dots there, and you can either make a copy. Say you really like what you worked on, but you need to make a new informational situation with that same template. So you really like that template, or you're using it for the same post every week. So you're kind of drawing attention to it that this is the same wish list Wednesday post, but maybe you want to change the background color. You want to ask for something different. So you can just make a copy of it and just kind of start working from there. You can move it to folders. So if you have folders set up here, you can name these folders whatever you want to. This is over here. You can set up your folders on this side here, or you can put it into our shared folder here, or you can put it into the marketing team folder, which will come up for you all. You'll have it available to share. So I'll kind of show you that as we're inside of the documents, inside of the advertisements. You can download it. There's multiple ways to download anything that you make in here. So there is the PNG, which is going to be basically if you want to make like a transparent photo that goes onto any background, or a JPEG, which is going to be not as great of an image, but it's really good. It works really well for most photo needs. And then, of course, like your PDFs that you've seen before. And if you create videos or GIFs, really those are things to look into later as you kind of get a grasp on this. I use PDF print and PDF standard a lot. Typically the PDF print, because this is where I input all of our policies and protocols. I use the same template because I've already created a background and a heading for it. So you'll see that, and I can just change the layout of the wording, but it doesn't mess with my fonts. Everything's kind of streamlined. And then the JPEGs and the PNGs I use a lot for posting to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, things like that. Anytime I want an image, this is where I'm going to download it to. And then you can download it to your computer. And then the size I always leave the same. If we want the transparent background, like I said, I would start with really just playing with images first and then kind of branch off from there. So we're going to go over the images today to show you how to started there. And over here on the left-hand side, like I said, you can create your folders. You can go and you can name them whatever you want to. If you want to create a new folder, it's up here on the top right-hand side. Your uploads, that's where you're going to put your pictures at. So if you click on that, this is where you want to put any photos that you have or that have been sent to you in order to use them in an image that you're creating. So over here on the top right-hand side is where the upload option is. Same thing with videos. So up here on the top right-hand side is where you upload those videos. And then your brand kit is where you're going to find all of our branded items at. So our logos, our color scheme kind of in there. So you can take those and you can use those to input into any document. This is really important because whenever you are a branded organization, as we are, people are going to be looking at these very simple, very light things in the background or in the bottom right hand or top left hand corner that are going to draw you back to, oh, this is created by A-Hope. So there's a brand colors option, and all of these things will show up whenever you're creating your document as well. This just kind of allows you to start with them if you need to, and you can upload anything you want to as far as the logos go. But I've pretty much put all the logos in there and all the different color schemes in there. So if you want the white wording or the black wording or whatever you want, you can put all the design elements together. You can see the stencil, just the paw print, the gray background, the color. So it's all here for you. And then, of course, if you have to use any logos on anything else, then it's important to upload those here because you can easily input those into your design. All right. Shared with you. This is where you're going to see anything that is shared with the team. If you're part of the A-Hope marketing team, all of this is going to be available to you. So you can open it up, you can edit it, you can work with it, you can change the templates, whatever you want to do. So what I always recommend whenever you're starting out is just to get in there and just mess with things. Just create your own design, figure out what you want to do. So let's go back to our home page. And we are going to start, maybe we want to have, and up here in the top right hand is where we create a design. Click on that. You can click on any of the designs that are down here as well. But if you want to, just scroll through here and you can figure out all of the designs that they have available to you as well. So say you're going to make an Instagram post. Like I said, I use this a lot because the Instagram posts are a size which are really great for using on Instagram because they have to be smaller. And then they can also be used on Facebook because Facebook has a bigger platform for photos, but the Instagram one looks great there as well. So I'm going to click on Instagram post. And it's going to pull up here. It's going to be already sized to go onto this social media platform very easily, but it's also going to give me lots of recommendations as far as templates go. So over here in the left-hand side, you're going to see a lot of titled templates. And you can go through and you just press these right arrows here in order to see even more templates. So they've got these little topics here. And say I want to make one that's an animal related template, which I don't do a lot because I add my own animals in there. So let's see what goes in here. So look at this, got this cute little doggy here, free puppy training workshop, just kind of has some things in here that you can work with. So say we just need something that can add a photo. And let's do this lady because apparently that is animal to them. So we'll do that. All right, so we're going to, this is great because it has the vertical text as well as a photo, color opportunities. All right, so this looks like this photo here possibly has a filter on it. We can see here up in the top is effects, filters, adjust, crop, flip, the position on the page if we want to copy the style. Here we can make it more transparent if we want to. We can hyperlink certain things in it. And we can duplicate the page. So say that we want to add a page down below it that is exactly the same. If we click add page, then it's going to add a new page that's going to be blank. But if we click duplicate, it creates a page that is identical to it. If we decide against it, we can click to delete the page. So here we want, over here in the far left-hand side now that we have our template that we like, we can go to our uploads. Oh, I was showing you. So here, let's see if they have a filter on here. I clicked on the photo. Nope, there's no filter. So that's the filter. That's what it looks like. It's a black and white photo. So over in the left-hand side, we can go to uploads. And I can put a picture in here that I want to use of all of these are pictures that I've uploaded. If any of the photos here aren't what I need, then I can go here to upload media. And I can put in any photo that I want to in here. So say biscuits is the center of this need today. So I just clicked on her. And then the photo is going to come up in the center. Now, if you want to replace an image, you click down on the image and you're going to slide it until you see that it's going to see how it just kind of dropped into the background back there. And I let go and it actually takes the place of that image there. And if we want to click on that and have a filter, we can actually, the effects to a really great one is the background remover, where we can move the background completely out of it. But we can do filter. And because we're going with grayscale here, it looks really old school style. Street grayscale, whichever one we want to do. Here we go. And then of course you have the intensity levels of it. And then we can double click on the words and we can say whatever we want to here. So I just typed in the word, even though I spelled it incorrectly. So beautiful. And then I'm going to click over here on this one and I'm going to put biscuits. And then here I want to change this down here to our website. Okay. Say we don't like where this is located at. So if you're off of it and then you go to click on it, you can hold down on your right click and just kind of move it wherever you want to. Those pink lines that show up show you whether it's centered on the page vertically or horizontally, or if it's centered with another element that's on the page. So these are actually extra elements that are put here, and these little arrows here are to move these elements around. So if I want to just kind of move those elements, I can do that. And to add more, so here's photos over here that they stock images. I don't allow stock images whatsoever. If you need a photo for anything whatsoever, please let me know. Stock images are not something that we do. We are a branded organization. We are very individual, and I want to see our animals at all times because that is vital to any branding. Elements over here. So these are where you can put lots of different things into these photos that you're creating, these designs that you're making. And so you can add in your arrows, your boxes. So this in the background here, it looks like a big box that's actually been used. So I can just click on this. And if I want to, I'm going to size it. So the bars on the side and the top, see these little bars here, are to stretch it. And then these are to make it equally smaller or larger. So if I want to bring this all the way across now, I just wanted to add a little bit to the background of biscuits here to kind of draw it out just a little bit. I can size it here. And if I want to position it, I can move it backwards as much as I want to. See, I can move it wherever I want to on the page. So I'm moving it backwards. See how it's going behind the words. And then maybe I want to change the color of it. Here's the square up here that changes the color. Click on that. And I can choose any of these. Are the A-Hope logo colors that are back here, which are beautiful, as you can see. So I can really draw out what I want to out of these images. So then you just make sure that you can always add our logos. So if you scroll down here on the left-hand side is where the folders are, and go to shared with you, and go to logos, and that's where that brand kit is. And you can put the logo in here. So we just want to add a little logo here. So I just clicked on that. Be careful not to drag it. You can drag it into here. You can hold on to it and then drag it. But the problem is sometimes it'll replace the image if you're going over it and just not paying attention to it. So I'm going to equally size it down. See how it tried to like replace the image there? And if you have that issue, you can always press the, the arrows. So I'm just pressing the arrows right now and it'll actually move it around. And then if you want to move it faster, you can hold down the shift key and go up or down. It'll actually take bigger jumps. So we're just going to slightly move this down here into this corner. See how it's doing that there? If it does that, move it until you can't see it forming into the background there anymore. And then just use your arrow keys to place it wherever you want to. I'm just holding it down here because that's where I'm going to put it at. All right, and over in the left-hand side, you can also go to text, click on text, and you can click on any of these styles here. I don't always recommend that because they don't go across all platforms all the time, but you can add click on any of these headings, subheadings, body of text, whatever you want to do. And whenever you click on those, just like whenever you had clicked on the word beautiful here, you can choose your font here, the size, the color of the text. Sometimes it won't give you these options depending on the font. You can choose the placement, whether you want it bulleted, where you want it as far as spacing goes, and any effects you want to add to it. And of course, position and transparency are still there. All right, styles. Over here, you can kind of set it up to have a certain style to it, a certain color scheme to it. I don't use this a lot because you can really put these colors anywhere you want to. Music, videos, background, and then you click on more, and you can also integrate different things here. So these are just things to play with later on, not to overwhelm you with too much right now. But say that you want to let's see here. Say that you want to, why is that up on there? Resize it. Click on resize up here. That's silly thing. Oops. And resize. And you can see, oh, here, all changes saved means that it's automatically saving to the program. It is a cloud-based software, so it's automatically saving to Canva currently. So if I want to resize it, I decided that this size isn't going to work for me because it's going to be too small for whatever I need it to do. I can change it. So say that I want it to go to a full page size. I can click on that, and I can either resize it directly to where it resizes this one and it's not going to save another copy, or I can copy and resize, meaning this one's going to be saved, but I'm also going to create another one in a different size. I'm just going to resize it because I don't need this one right now. So now it's set up in a landscape view. So now it's got a little bit more space on the screen, and that might not be what I need. Maybe I need it to be completely filled up. So I can go through each of these elements, and I can kind of fill up the page however I want to. So the other thing that I can do, and undo is up here at the top left. So say I didn't want to do that. Other thing I can do here is I can create a box over the entire thing, and it creates one big element, and say that now I want it to be the same, but I want it to fill up the entire screen. So I'm going to click to resize the whole element. And I'm going to shift the entire element as well. I'm just going to keep kind of adjusting it until it's where I need it to be. So everything, so I didn't have to go through anything individually, and I'm going to click off the screen here. And now it fits into my landscape position. So if we want to share it, we definitely want to share it. So anytime you get done with something and you're sure that's what you want it to look like, go to share up here and make sure, see it says A Hope's marketing team. Click the down arrow here and go to can edit because we want to make sure that we put it there for everybody to access. And then we're going to go to download. You can click on download, or you can do the three little dots up here. I did 3 little dots up here so you can see all these options. So you can take it and put it straight to your Facebook page. You can have everything connected here. Canva has this great thing where you can actually order prints directly from here too. We don't do that, but the option is there. So like I said, whenever I want to download it, I just click on download. It's calling it a video currently because it had the opportunity to move. So let me show you here. If I click play up here, it's going to show you how it would look if I kept it the way that it was, if I didn't want it to be a still frame. I just want it to be a still frame. So I'm going to go to download, and I'm going to change this to JPEG, and I'm going to click on download. And this is where you're going to choose where you want to download it to. Continue editing. You can go back to that afterwards. But what it wants you to do now is save it to wherever you want it to go. So I have my Google Drive connected to the computer, which you can do as well. But if you don't, download it to your computer and then you upload it into the AHOPE files. Go to artwork. And if it's something that's for social media, just click on social media here. And then you can name it whatever you want. Like I can name it Beautiful Biscuits and put it here, save. And now it's going to be accessible to any of our board members and anybody else who has access to our artwork folder. But it also has access on our Canva. And then I can go to home. And it's automatically saved. So if you exit out of it for any reason, then it's not a big deal. Canva also has an app. You can use it from your phone just exactly the same way. It's a lot easier from the computer, but you can use it from your phone if you choose to. So that capability is fantastic as well. And then now if I go to all of my designs, it's going to show my Beautiful Biscuits has been added here as well. So it is just that easy. There's so much more that Canva can do, but that's just basics to get you started. I know a big one right now is definitely the newsletter. So make sure that you're clicking on create a design and type in the word newsletter. You can just press enter, and that way it can come up with all of these options here for a newsletter, or you can go to create a design and start with 8.5 by 11 and just kind of fill it in with the templates that you get options of on the left hand side of the screen. Either way is perfectly fine. Have fun with it. Canva is super amazing, super awesome. I highly encourage it. Please use it as much as possible. Marketing is huge. So go at it, have fun. It looks like I have, right? I've definitely had a lot of fun with this. So just enjoy using it and see what you can do and see what ideas you can come up with. And if you have any questions, this is Brandy. Please ask me.